There's a threat in the world today. A threat to our way of living, a threat to our society, and maybe even a threat to our very existence. And what is this threat?
So that kind of wrapping up what we got to discuss on NHRA this weekend. But moving on, NHRA, or not NHRA, NASCAR,
Yeah.
Bristol Motor Speedway this weekend.
Yes. Fun one. Always a fun one at Bristol.
Always some tempers flare.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. You got that short track racing. You're bumping. You're grinding. You're blistering. Your hands shifting. I mean, you're getting upset near the end of that race if you're out there still.
Well, you're definitely using your bumper
Oh yeah.
as a passing tool, if you will.
Gotta slide them up the track.
You do the bump and run.
Absolutely. That's probably a move that was made famous there, honestly. It's just that, I mean, and Bristol, obviously, everybody listening, I'm sure, famous for the extreme high banking.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that's one track I have not tried yet on the old steering wheel. I'm looking forward to it. That'll be a fun one. I have a steering wheel for my PlayStation, guys. And boy, it's fun. Howdy hopped on it last week and had some fun with it, but I have not tried Bristol yet.
Yeah, and then after I tried it, I got online and was looking at steering wheels, and I'm a type person that has to overdo it. So I was looking at some of like $600. Like, yeah, I don't need a steering wheel that bad.
Boy, they're fun though.
Yeah, but I know how if I would end up buying a steering wheel, that's like, yeah, I want a little more. So next thing you know, I got a full blown simulator sitting in my house.
Right.
Yeah, we'll just stay away from the steering wheel.
That's good.
But
yeah, so what do they call this place? I just learned this yesterday, honestly.
what, the Madhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mini Madhouse. That is I love that. So that is perfect. Kind of rolls in great with what we had there. So Elliott and Byron. So we're talking Hendrick, but they put
Isn't that the second week in a row for Byron being number 2?
I mean, yeah, he started
Johnson
second
was
behind
first last week, and then Byron was second.
Yeah, so I mean, Hendrick's putting it up there. They got the power during qualifying, but I guess what's happening when it's coming to the race, these guys know how to race. Especially you got Elliott, you got Johnson. These guys are racers, but you got the speed during qualifying, during practice. You're just not putting it out there during the race. What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know if they're the crew chiefs aren't making the right adjustments to the cars, and maybe their cars are real strong on short runs, but as the run goes longer, they're losing the handling on the car and they can't find the adjustments.
Or is that maybe where the Chevy comes into play? Is Chevy the problem on the long run? Maybe that's the engine's okay and then it's losing power over.
I wouldn't say it was the motor losing power. I would say it's more of the handling of the car.
Okay, because I mean, we haven't seen those Chevys up there. Usually the Chevy's a dominant manufacturer here, and it's we're not seeing it.
Right.
So I mean, the guys are finishing up there. I mean, they're close, but have we seen a Chevy in victory lane yet?
Negative.
I don't know exactly. So I mean, yet to have. I'm sure it will this year. I don't think they go all year without one, but they got to find what's wrong. I think there is something wrong with Chevrolet at this point, and they got to pull it together here. So
right. Kyle Busch starting 17th today. Do you see him coming up from not really the back, but midfield and getting the W?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't count him out.
It's hard to ever count Kyle Busch out, but I'm going to leave it at that right now. I don't think so.
Because I say you see Kyle Busch putting the bumper to people early in the race.
He's not afraid to do it.
Oh, no.
Absolutely not. But at the same time, I mean, you got to watch doing that early because you don't want to end up that guy get swirly because you're in 17th. You got some squirrels running. You don't want that squirrel to or somebody to end up getting mad at you and coming back on a lap. That he's lapped and coming around him and he knocks you or something. So.
Well, true story. Was it last year or 2 years ago? Ryan Blaney's leading the race at Bristol. Had a pretty good lead. Comes up on some back markers. Well, the back markers get in a wreck and collect Blaney in the wreck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we discussed earlier, the kid can't catch a break.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, and you know, at Bristol, sometimes you have to find that luck. I mean, obviously it is a skilled track, but if you're on the back end of luck, then I mean, sorry about you, you're going to get caught up.
Yeah.
And it's an easy track to get caught up on. And they talk about the big one at Daytona. But I mean, it's a short track. Everybody's piled up. You got lap guys.
And that's the tricky part for the leaders is how you handle the lap traffic and get through there. Because I mean, if you have a guy catching you for the lead and he gets through the lappers better than you do, well, guess what? You just lost the lead.
Right.
Or you have that chance, like we just talked about, getting collected in a wreck from the lap guys. I mean, it's just Bristol is a tricky race, not only to get around the track and advance your position, but also to deal with lap traffic, because you get into lap traffic very early on in the race.
Oh yeah, and then on top of that, it's setting up the car. I mean, all the adjustments that are needed for the banking and everything like that. I mean, that's a task in its own right there. So, always a fun one. Bristol is always fun to watch.
That would be one NASCAR race I would like to go see, even though it's not how it used to be. You know, it used to be more of a one groove track where you had to put the bumper to somebody to get by.
Right, you couldn't pass on the high line.
And you know, now I was talking to a couple guys out of Ingles yesterday. Have you noticed now? It seems like every week on the tracks they're putting that PJ1 treatment down on the track.
Yep.
Okay, is that I mean, what's that saying about NASCAR? Do you have to put the treatment down on the track to make it a two-groove track?
Well, and on top of that, I think they've repaved a lot of these tracks lately. So I don't know if they're just trying to, or maybe is it part of that competitive entertainment value? So you get passing on the high line, so you get that two-groove passing. But I mean, I'm sure Earnhardt be laughing his rear end off.
Right.
Look at these pansies. They need treatment to go on the track. I used to run on the beach.
Right. I don't think Dale ever ran on the beach.
He never did any dirt racing like that.
Well,
maybe not the beach, but he used to run on dirt. I mean, you know, he did a few dirt races.
Yeah, dirt races. But I mean, you figure Daytona on the beach, that was early on NASCAR. I mean, Richard Petty wasn't even running on the beach. Waltrip didn't run on the beach. That was way before all these guys.
Dirt, I meant dirt there. I apologize.
Well, Daytona was actually ran on the beach.
Right, no, exactly. That was the first Daytona. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, did you see the Xfinity race? Who won it?
The Bell won.
It wasn't Kyle Busch.
It wasn't. Well, he didn't race.
Fair enough.
And if he did, he didn't finish in the top 10 because I didn't see a thing, right? And I do not.
Colonel Custer finished third.
He did,
even though he started on the pole.
I think, yeah, but and you know we say that he's the guy that's taking down Busch in a race.
Oh yeah.
I think, and he's racing for Stewart Haas. I think we see him in the car next year. In
Cup car.
Yeah, I do.
Now, would you say that he will be still with Stewart Haas in the car, or he'll go to a different team to go Cup side?
I think it's possibly he hops in a Stewart Haas ride.
So who loses the ride at Stewart Haas?
Who do you think I'm thinking?
I wouldn't say Suarez necessarily yet, because this is his first year at Stewart Haas.
Right.
Now, Amarola could be on the hot seat.
That's what exactly.
I mean, you've had a couple years now, Stewart Haas, and
yeah, he put it up there today. Like
he's qualifying,
yeah, right.
But he's had some good qualifying runs, and when it comes to race time, he's in the back somewhere.
Exactly. So, and that's why I don't think they're pulling it up. And I thought you were going to say Suarez, but no, I think with that he's young. Suarez being young, so Stewart wants to kind of file out some of that. See, does he have that potential? Obviously, Stewart saw potential. Or can he go on that potential?
Or could it possibly be Boyer? I mean, because you figure Boyer's been with Stewart Haas for a few seasons now, and he's really not producing the results either. But then again, you can't say anything, because even Kevin Harvick doesn't have a win yet this year. So, you know, is it is it the cars? I mean, because I don't think it's the Fords, because obviously Penske Fords are running great week in, week out.
Right. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, that's no question.
So, you know, what does Stewart Haas need to do to get Kevin Harvick or Boyer or Suarez in the winner's circle?
Right. So, but like I said, I think I at this point, I mean, you got Harvick. He's he's an elite driver.
Right.
Let him, in my mind, the way I do that is, all right, let's bring these young guys into this team. Let's Harvick, let him kind of mold them, if you will, because he's a Stewart driver. He's the type of guy. I mean, they fit very well together.
Oh yeah.
So I could see Stewart kind of using him as a springboard, or like a coach and mentor, if you will.
Yeah, you definitely want that veteran driver on the team, not only for helping the younger guys develop, but also you have a veteran driver like Harvick that's going to give you great feedback on cars, you know, and he's going to give you great feedback for the crew chief. Excuse me. He just makes everything, you know, it's every team wants that veteran driver like, you know, a Harvick or Jimmy Johnson or something to
mold or,
well, knowing that you have that way you bring the younger guys in, but you have that solid driver on your team, so you have that to bring your younger guys. But hey, what's up, Brett? Yeah, Ingles, thanks for having us out, man. We really had fun yesterday, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
stick around. I won't be able to wipe the smile out my face.
Right.
We're talking about that.
But yeah, so I would say that's kind of all we got on NASCAR for today.
Yeah.